I'd like to welcome y'all back to another episode of Beyond the Fit podcast, the place where y'all come for motivation, inspiration, uplifting, and overall positive message. I'm your host, DJ, and I know that everybody who's watching the video, y'all see me in a different room. Man, it's just been a lot going on these past couple of days, and yeah, it's been a lot, and I have not been in the mood to record. I haven't been in the mood to really do much of anything lately. But you know, as I be doing when I kind of feel myself, when I catch myself, because I'll fall into this rut or whatever without even noticing. But when I catch myself in this rut, I'll go straight to Pinterest just to see if there's something there that kind of inspires me to want to talk about something or to just inspire me to get up and turn the camera on and hit record. But I found something, and that message was, your future is determined by the habits that you repeat, not the goals that you set. And the reason why that hit me so hard is because I'm one of those people who can set a goal, who can say, yeah, I want to do this by this time. I want to lose this much weight by this time. I want to be in this house or move to this city by this time. But I'm not doing anything to take the steps necessary to achieve that goal. I'm not doing anything that I need to do to get there. I'm not um, practicing those routines. I'm not doing any of that. But it also got me to thinking, because I started to ask myself, well, is there anything that I do that's a routine? Do I have a routine anywhere? And the only thing, or the main thing that I could think of, was the gym. Like, even though I've been feeling how I've been feeling for like a couple of weeks now, probably about 2 or 3 weeks now, one thing I can say that has been consistent that I have not stopped doing is the gym. I've been getting up and I've been going to the gym because that has become a part of my daily routine, whether it's my exercise and cardio days or just my cardio days. I have been going to the gym routinely. And man, it does feel good to see people who have been watching me since I started in April to where I am now, come up to me and tell me that they see the hard work that I'm putting in and that my hard work is paying off and that I look good. I just had somebody just today tell me that, just how they've been watching me over these past couple of months and, just staying consistent with it, telling me to keep going, to keep pushing, that I look amazing. It feels good to get that recognition because I don't think about it. It's literally, I just get up and I go to the gym. I don't think twice about it. It's just a part of my life now. It's a part of what I do. And I can honestly say that is a genuine routine that I have built to this point. And so I don't think about, I need to do this. Oh, I got to go to the gym today. It's just one of them things where when my alarm go off, as long as I'm not feeling just sick, I know I'm going to the gym and I'm doing whatever it is that I need to I need to do. But yeah, but outside of that, I have not built a lot of routines, especially healthy ones, positive, healthy ones. And so with everything that's been going on the past couple of weeks, it's just been a lot. It's been weighing down on me because it just feels like, and again, I know that's just my mind having that woe is me moment, but it just feels like every single time I turn around, I'm getting hit with something else. And, or we, my whole family, the family, we're just getting hit with something else and something else. It's like every single time we think that we're getting ready to kind of stabilize, it's like something new comes. And I know that because I haven't built a lot of great habits when it comes to my mental. I mean, now that's not to say that I haven't made strides, because I do believe that I've made strides, and I do believe that I'm handling certain things way better than I would have, let's say, a year or two ago. But I'm still, I'm human, so there's still things that are just kind of like rocking me, and it's kind of like putting me in a place where it's like I get so caught up in a depression that I'm not even thinking about, and without even knowing that I'm in the depression, it's just like I'm there and I have to kind of catch myself. I have to, realize, hey, wait, I need to do this or I need to do that. I need to get out of this mindset. Man, I'm feeling, you know what I'm saying? It takes me really catching myself to get myself out of that funk, and that's what I've been in these past couple of days, which is why I didn't record an episode last week. Just kind of everything's been happening so fast, and it's just put me in such a headspace that, man, I wasn't even thinking about recording. That wasn't even on my mind. And so I caught myself earlier this morning just you know just on some, man, no, you gotta get out of this. Just not even realizing that I'm in a funk. um I think just talking to just talking to the lady who came to me at the gym, kind of got me out of my, what can I call it? Just, I don't know how to explain it. I was just on cruise control. That's it. I've just been in like this cruise control mentality of get up, go to the gym, and then once I leave the gym, it's like my days blend together outside of the gym because I haven't been building any habits outside of the gym since quitting my job. I haven't been building any habits outside of the gym to help start new routines outside of the gym. So it's just kind of like everything has kind of been in cruise control, and life has just been kind of going by. And so when things start to happen back to back to back, and it's just rocking me, I don't really know how to handle it. I don't even realize that I'm, starting to go back into my shell. I'm starting to drift away from people who I, would talk to or text on a daily basis. I'm not reaching out to them as much, and I'm allowing it to affect me way more than I thought that I was, because it's like, again, once I leave the gym, it's like I have nothing, or I'm not doing anything. I haven't started to try to build anything. That's another reason why I haven't even checked my weight. I haven't got on the scale, because it's like that fear of, okay, I'm not working. I am going to the gym, but I'm also not working, so I'm not getting those extra steps that I was getting in. So I haven't checked my weight in like 2 weeks as far as getting on the scale. But in the middle of saying this, I'm realizing that I'm allowing that fear to control me. So as soon as I get done with this, recording this, I'm gonna go check my weight and see, because I gotta stop allowing my fear, and I gotta stop allowing these old habits to keep creeping in. I have to start being intentional with what I do. I have to start being intentional with the routines and the things that I want to start setting for myself for where I want to be, because I say all the time, hey, I want to be back in Houston in 2 years. And it's just like, okay, but what am I doing to make that happen? What goals am I setting? What little minor goals to equal the big goal? What routines am I doing? And I can honestly say that I haven't been doing anything. I've just kind of been talking. It's just been like a hope and a wish and a dream. But to make my reality real, I have to start setting those goals and being intentional about how I move, and I can also say that that's one of the reasons why I never really wanted to set a number goal as far as my weight, outside of, wanting to be down to 350 by the end of the year, which I hit that. I hit that before the end of the year. And so going into this year, I don't really have a goal, but I want to sit down and really set one, and then start doing what I need to do outside of the gym, which is with my diet, with counting my calories, because I have been very slacking on the counting the calories and the macros and things like that. I haven't been doing that, so I want to get intentional with doing that as well, because it's so easy to lose the goal when you're not holding yourself accountable, when you don't have those accountability partners, or when you don't feel like doing, or when something's happening and that's the easiest time to, fall into a depression or to fall out of being responsible and being accountable. But that's when you need it the most. That's when you need that accountability, that routine, because you know that you can always fall back on that routine. Because, and I know that for a fact, because like I said, throughout all the stuff that's been going on, one thing has been a certain is me going to the gym. Like I said, whether it's just my workout and cardio days or just my cardio days, I have gone and worked out. That has not changed, no matter how bad I felt. No matter, I mean, when I say bad, I mean just like mentally, like how mentally down or mentally drained, or emotionally frustrated, whatever the case may be. No matter how depressed or whatever, in a funk I've been, no matter whatever label you want to put on it, no matter how bad that has been. One thing for sure, when that 6 o'clock alarm goes off, I'm hitting the gym, getting ready, and then I'm hitting the gym. So I know how powerful routines are. I know that routines can carry you through tough times. It's just about, for me personally, it's now about trying to set up routines outside of the gym, starting to build routines to help me get to other goals that I want to get to, as far as moving, as far as being better with my financial, getting closer to financial freedom. When it comes to investing, things like that, I have to do a better job, because it's not a problem for me to talk about it. It's not a problem for me to say, hey, I want to do this, and to make these goals for myself. That's something I can do all day. It's something totally different once I start to get intentional about those goals and about making those things happen. And what the gym has shown me is I have the capability. I have what it takes to make that happen. Is it easy? No. Are there going to be times when I want to quit or times when I don't want to do it? Absolutely. Just being honest. But I know that I have what it takes to keep pushing, little bit by little bit, and get to where I want to be, even though I'm not where I want to be as far as the way of my physique, but I am where I want to be from the standpoint of I get up and I go to the gym without anybody having to harass me, hold me accountable. Hey, we gonna meet. But I had to build up to that. I had to find the love, the passion for the gym, for doing new exercises, and I had to find it my way. And one of the things, with having my trainer was I chose. Let me not say, because I don't want to make it seem like she wasn't open to feedback, because she was, but I had to find what worked for me, but I also had to find the desire to come, because I didn't have that. If it wasn't for her in the beginning, me wanting to be accountable to her, of hey, she's taking time out of her day to train me, let me show up. That's the very least I could do, and so that got me through those first, like, maybe month and a half, 2 months. But by that third month, it was like, okay, I actually enjoy this now. Did I enjoy leg days? Absolutely not. But it was a part of the process, because at this point now I'm seeing weight come off. Now I'm feeling myself be healthier. I'm feeling myself, not be as tired at work. I'm actually seeing myself actually want to walk, and want to do stuff, because I'm also counting my steps and all of this stuff. So it was my whole mentality changed. It wasn't just me changing physically, it was also my mentality changing. Literally, I would be in my office area, and it's just like, oh my gosh, they need me to do something else. They need me to do something else. It went from that to, oh, okay, no problem, I got you, because now I know I'm finna go get some more steps. And so once I realized it was also changing the way I looked at things, the way I viewed everything, it was changing my viewpoint, my mentality. It was like, okay, this isn't bad. I can do this. I can do this. And so even once I stopped going with my trainer, I still stayed consistent. And again, to the point now where when that alarm goes off, I don't think about it. I don't think, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to the gym or all of this. It's just more so now don't get me wrong, there may be days when I stayed up a little longer than I should have, or I didn't get a good enough night of sleep to where I'm just tired. So it's kind of like I'm moving in slow motion to trying to get myself in the right mental space to do what I need to do. But it's not changing the fact that I am going to the gym. I just might be a little sluggish because I stayed up a little later than I should have, or again, I didn't get the best night of sleep, or when it's really cold, I just want to be under the cover, and it takes a lot to get that cover off of me when it's really cold in the house, like when it's freezing, and I don't want to come from under that cover. Those are the things that be on my mind. But again, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm getting up and I'm going to the gym outside of me being sick. You know what I'm saying? Outside of me being sick to where I really don't feel like I can make it through the workout, or I don't need to be out there like just on a like from a contagion standpoint. Those are probably the only two scenarios where I'm not going, because I mean I even got up Christmas and New Year's Day, got up early going to the gym, and both of those days the gym was closed and I didn't even think about like the gym being closed. So when I'm on, like again, when it's time, I get up, I go, I do my thing. But I had to get to that point. But again, like I said, it shows the power of routine, especially once you get to the point that it actually becomes a routine where you're no longer fighting it. You're no longer having to remind yourself to do it, or you're having to motivate and convince yourself to do it. It's like this is a part of it. Even if a part of me doesn't want to do it, this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? This is a part of my everyday thing. You go to the gym, so now I have to get just as intentional about building those routines outside of the gym, with counting my calories, with watching what I eat, with cutting down on the certain sweets, with picking up better food options, with learning how to eat my meals at certain times and things like that. So there are a lot of things that I can get way more intentional with to help me on my weight loss and my health journey. But I am going to get there because I know the power of that routine can push me through the times when I have the mental slumps. And I also have to get way more serious about the podcasting and, excuse me, and staying on track with, recording. That's something that I have to get a lot better with. It's just, man, like I said, just so much stuff has been going on recently. And the latest thing, it just kind of put me in such a space that I didn't realize um, how important my safe space was, how important having that place where I felt safe, where I felt secure, where I felt just comfortable at home. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know how much I built my life outside of work and the gym around that safe space. And so to have that taken away, um, it just put me in a space that because I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready to, and I also didn't realize how tightly I was holding on to it. And it just kind of put me in a space where I didn't know what to do. I didn't know which way was up. I was so lost, you know what I'm saying? And this was just 4 or 5 days ago when all that happened. And it just put me in a space where I didn't know what to do. I didn't know which way was up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and at first, I didn't know how to just be like, no, I'm not okay. You know what I'm saying? Because it felt so selfish of me to be mad or to be upset about losing my room. And there's reasons why. But I'm not gonna get into that. But you know what I'm saying? It felt so selfish of me because it's like there are things that are bigger, and more important. But, I had to realize like it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be like, nah, like this is kind of it's messing with me. It's kind of tearing me up emotionally because I didn't realize that how much my room was just my safe space and how much my room protected me from things because I could just shut the door and kind of go into my own world. And so to no longer have that, to be cut off from that and to have it happen unexpectedly, it just kind of put me in a space where, I needed time to just kind of number one, accept this new reality and, be okay with not being okay and being okay with also talking about the fact that I wasn't okay. And I'm glad that I got to that space because it allowed people to be there for me, allowed people to reach out and say, hey, you know, you can come by here, we can talk, we can watch movies, we can do this, we can do that. And so, I've had a lot of support from people, and that's kind of what has helped me get to a place where I've been able to kind of catch myself like getting into this funk that I get into when when things are moving way faster than I can handle or moving in directions that are different than what I expect them to go, which is life. You know what I'm saying? But that's a part of it. And I'm so thankful that I'm in a space now where I can be open and I can be honest and I'm comfortable enough and I have people where I can be comfortable enough with them about how I feel and about the fact that yes, it does feel selfish to be upset about my room, but I gotta be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like that was my safe place, that was my safe haven, and to not have that now, it just, you know, it took me, it just put me in a place. I literally, the best way I can explain it is I felt like I was in space with no sense of direction, just floating. Don't know which way is up, which way is down. Don't know where I'm going, where I'm, you know what I'm saying? Just nothing, just no sense of direction at all. And so it messed me up for like a day and a half. But it wasn't until I was just ready to be honest about how I was feeling that I started to kind of accept that this is my new reality, at least for the time being. And, once I started to open up and allow people to be there for me, because, DJ from, DJ 2 years ago would have just kind of kept it in and been angry, angry, angry to the point to where I would have been ready to go off on somebody who has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on, or snapping on somebody who does have something to do with what's going on. But, just realizing that, it's nobody's fault. It's just kind of the way things happen. It's life. Things happen. You have to be ready to pivot. You have to be ready to change course at any given time because you just never know where life is going to take you. And you have to be willing to, make those changes and to make those moves when life makes those moves, because if not, you're going to hit a wall. So it's just me learning to pivot, learning, growing from this, knowing that, I'm going to gain something from it. I may not know what, you know, um, but I will get something from it. I will grow from it. There is a lesson in there. Um, I may not get it until the dust settles and we're through it. But, I know that I have people around me supporting me, helping to guide me, helping to push me, helping to motivate me, helping to pick me up as well when I'm down. But just realizing that I don't have to do it by myself was also a huge thing that came from this. I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. So I know that I'm going to get a lot of growth, and I'm getting in real time a lot of growth from these, um, from all of this that's going on. And I know that on the other side of it, I'll be a better person for it. It's just, trying to remind myself of that as you're going through it, because it's so easy to say, hey, on the other side of this, I'm going to be a better person. On the other side of this, it's going to be so much growth. I'm going to be able to look back on this and be like, man, I remember when I did that, but I've grown so much because I can look back on things that I've been through before where I felt so similar to how I feel now. And it's like, wow, I've come so far from that and I've grown so much and I'm so thankful for it. But while you're in it, it's kind of hard to feel that way. But that's why it's always good to have those people around you who can give you that perspective, who can remind you, hey, you've been through bad things before and you've always made it through. You can make it through this as well. You just have to keep pushing one day at a time, one moment at a time, one thing at a time. And for me, that's where I feel like that routine can help me, starting to build my routine, starting to build a foundation alongside what I do in the gym to help me get through the tough times. Because even when the tough times happen, that routine can keep you pointed in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So I know that no matter what I'm going through, I know I'm always going to the gym, period. I'm going to the gym. So now I have to start building other things so that way once I get out the gym, it's not just go with the flow mindset. It's also, I have this, I have that. I got to make sure I'm taking care of this. You know what I'm saying? So that way I have direction even through the times where it feels like I don't know where I'm going, but I do know no matter where I end up or no matter what my destination is or no matter what twists and turns life may brings, I know the gym and then I know whatever habits I need to start building, which I'm going to get real intentional, probably start doing some research into, just things that'll help, you mentally when you're going through a rut, when you're going through a funk, um when you're just, when you're just down, when you're going through depression, you know, what are some things that can help? And I want to start building some healthier habits for myself that are not just going to lead me out of this depression, but also lead me towards the goals that I want for myself, which also means that I have to really sit down and really think about goals that I want for myself. I know one of them is to be back in Houston in in 2 years. I know that that's one of the goals for sure for me. So I have to start getting serious about the things that I want to do that'll help me get to that point. I have to get real intentional. I know that's a word that I've been using a lot. And, everything has kind of shown me that I have to start being intentional now. Like now is the time to really start getting this stuff going because without routine, at least for me, I can't speak for anybody else. But and I know because people always call me like an old man because like once I find something that I like and it becomes a part of my routine, it sticks. But I always look at that as a bad thing. But now I see that healthy habits and healthy routines can be a good thing. So I just have to find those routines that work for me that are also going to help me get to where I need to be. And so my last message for anybody listening who may be going through anything similar, don't give up. I know that it's hard. I know that you may have thought, I see my life going this way, or I thought that my life would be this. I thought that by the time I got to this age, I would be married, I would have kids, I would have my dream job, I would have my home, I would have this. It's not too late for you to have those things. You can have those things. You will have those things, but you have to work for them. You have to fight for them. You have to sacrifice for them. You have to plan for them. You have to fight through, the good days, the bad days, the ups and the downs, but especially during those bad days, especially during those down times, especially when those events happen that could easily pull you into depression. Those are the times where you have to fight the hardest. Those are the times where you have to battle the hardest. You got to and I mean, and it's not just you. It might not just be you. It might be your family, your friends. You get as many people around you as you possibly can who can help push you, help get you there. Because I mean, some parts you're going to have to do on your own. Because you have to want it. Nobody can motivate you. They can push you all they want, but if you're not going to do anything when they're not around, when you're alone, you just going, not do what you need to do. Then it don't matter how hard they push you. If you don't want it for yourself, then it's not going to happen. But if you want it for yourself, don't give up on it. Don't put a timeline on it. Don't get mad because you know you're in your 30s and you don't have what you thought in your 20s you were supposed to have. Life happens. That does not mean the rest of your 30s and going into your 40s, you cannot have everything that you ever dreamed of. You absolutely can, but you have to believe it and you have to go fight for it, especially during those hard times where it feels like you're never going to make it or nothing is ever going to go your way. That's when you have to fight the most. That's when you have to dig down the deepest to find that thing that keeps you going, whatever it may be, to push yourself to where you need to be because you can make it happen one habit at a time. You know what I'm saying? Get that habit, find that one thing that you can focus in on and you can bring into your life that can turn into a habit, that can turn into a routine, and then do the next thing and the next thing. Because setting that goal is cool, but if you're not taking the steps that you need to take to get to that goal, then what does it matter? It's just sitting there. It is, and 10 years will go by and it'll be just as far as it was when you first said it. So start putting those routines together, just like I'm gonna have to do. We got to start putting those routines together to get to where we want to be. But man, that's it for today's episode. I want to thank everybody for listening on whatever platforms y'all are listening to me on, and to everybody watching on YouTube. I want to thank y'all as well. Please continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until the next time we meet, y'all already know, y'all stay blessed.